All right, I am excited because today we're talking with our resident Gen Z expert, John, because well, there was
Yeah.
a there was a great survey that came out, John, and I'm curious how this matches your personal habits, culinary, dining, say with it what you will, but it is Gen Z's most popular restaurants, favorite restaurants, and specifically, I'm getting this from CNN, but it was a Piper Sandler study where they surveyed about 14,000 teens in almost all the US
hmm
that were about under 16 years old. So, John, a little on the younger side of Gen Z.
Yeah.
And these are the top five restaurants. And mind you, we're talking fast food too, so it's not like exclusively sit down or anything like that. But let me just ask right off, John, what is your favorite restaurant?
I like hibachi. It seems like that never fails. And in hibachi restaurants they have like sushi, fried rice, different types of meat, so that never fails. I'm also a big Chick-fil-A fan, big Chipotle fan. I mean, I really like everything, man. I'm
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
food person at heart, so I mean, it really does not matter anything but like salads.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, so you name dropped two that
Really?
could be on the list. So let's find out. We're gonna go in reverse order. So number five for that classy dining experience, 3% of teens said Olive Garden.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like on the one hand, Olive Garden's not what it was when I was younger. I
Yeah.
used to really love it. It really
Yeah.
felt like, like a culinary dining treat, and they would make the pasta in the front and you could watch.
Yeah.
But also, it's still a little pricey.
Yeah.
So I feel like these 3% of teens, it may as much just be because not everybody can afford that. It may
Yeah.
not even be like, yeah, your reaction, which seemed a little less positive, but
I think one of the reasons why that might be in the list is kids, go through a stage when they're in their teens where they just eat, eat, eat. And I think Olive Garden has some type of deal on certain days or whatever, where you can like eat all the pasta you want or something like that. Don't
yeah,
they?
yeah, they have some crazy deal like that because yeah, and you can like invite others to do it too.
Yeah, it's
So
it's something weird, but I like Olive Garden. It's not. I would never put it in my top five.
yeah,
But I mean, their parking lot's always packed. It's a little franchise now, like you said. It used to be more of like a Maggiano's kind of feel, like in
yeah,
Nashville and whatever. So yeah,
yep,
it's a little bit the fast food pasta.
yeah. But if you need some carb loading though, it's
Yeah,
an option.
yeah,
All right. Well, number four surprises me just because I know they've been struggling the last few years. But again, affordability for me with that age group is
yeah,
why so many of these ones will probably be in here. And that is McDonald's.
yeah. Can't stand
John
it.
John went from the start of this video saying, I like pretty much anything except salads to two restaurants in a row.
Like I said, I like McDonald's. It's just we got to stop eating that shit every day. We just we got to stop.
Yeah,
It makes breaks my heart to hear that, but
it is
it is
true.
what it
We've
is.
done two videos now, linking that to like dementia or all these other health issues, and I'm
Man,
I'm sure all of these ones are going to be guilty. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, there's a
that's one of
reason
the
that.
top of the list.
Oh yeah, yeah,
McDonald's, it's up there.
yep. But yeah, it's still affordable, so it's still getting teens bucks.
Right,
So
yeah.
it is what it is. All right, number three, and this is the first one you've name dropped that's making the list, and that is Chipotle coming in at 7% as
Yep.
teens' favorite restaurants.
First big agreement, Chipotle is the best.
Amazingly enough, I've eaten at one like once, and I love the concept, and I love a lot about like what the company does,
Yeah,
but we just never had them in Chattanooga for so long, so
yeah,
like I'd only go to like Atlanta or Knoxville, and now that we
yeah.
have them, oddly enough, I never go.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's not like anything intentional.
Yeah. I feel like they've kind of though well, Chipotle hasn't actually been here for that long, but I feel like if you're a fan of Moe's, it's somewhat similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there has been restaurants that are somewhat similar that have been in the area for a few years. And I feel like Chipotle kind of just made it like more fast, efficient, cleaner. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
just improved the whole 9 yards and like I said, made it faster, a little
Yeah.
bit better,
It's supposed to
fresher.
be a little more organic too, which may be
Yeah.
why they keep having those salmonella and listeria scares.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
So
I think they have a like a really good like modern like energy and like it's like it's bright inside when you walk in, the walls are white, you know like the sign packages that we deal with at work, they're just like very simple, like it's just clean, you know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, clean is a great way to put it. So yeah, couldn't agree more. All right. Well, we are jumping up, and this one I feel is only for their drinks. And maybe even by saying that, it's already
Yeah.
going to be obvious what it is. But all I know is I did not have the income at this age to be going to this place as regularly as teens are. And that's Starbucks, which comes in
Mm.
at number two, 12% of teens.
Still a
So,
big Starbucks fan. I think they've franchised though, like a lot, like to the point where it's dying, but it's still alive, if that makes sense.
yeah, it's interesting because especially the first time I ever went to New York City, which was like 2002, was really the
Yeah.
first time I experienced Starbucks. And I
Yeah.
was very thankful. This was before their bathroom policy where anybody could go. So my friend and I kept having to buy the cheapest drinks just to use their bathrooms. But
Yeah.
it was like every couple blocks, so it was great.
Yeah.
But then, whether it was a recession or just a couple kind of things that hit the company,
Yeah.
it started to come back. But they were everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still everywhere in Chattanooga, it feels
Yeah.
like. So you
Yeah.
can only expand so much. That being
Yeah.
said, I was there yesterday, so obviously love. But
That's funny you say that. So I've been to Chicago twice, and well, I've been actually more, but I've been to the Starbucks that they have in Chicago twice. And I think somebody at the top has noticed that they've expanded too much, because if you go to the one in Chicago, and if anybody's listening, look up like the big 4-story factory like Starbucks in Chicago, it will take you back in the day, like what Starbucks like originally started off as. Like, you know what I mean? Like it is like it's different. It's just
yeah,
different. It's not the side of the street Starbucks franchise kind of like bull crap. Like
yeah,
this is the real deal. And I think they're gonna make a few of those to like keep their name alive. That's what I feel like.
yeah. So that makes me ask because I know you've done some traveling. Have you ever gone to Seattle to the first Starbucks?
No, I have not. I've never even been to Seattle.
Ah, well,
Maybe flew over it, maybe. I don't know.
there's a lot of cool stuff there. But yeah, we went, my family and I, a couple years ago briefly. The one thing though is it was packed
Yeah.
because it's the first Starbucks. Now it's a landmark just for being that. In addition
Yeah.
to any kind of like we serve coffee, we're always busy. But yeah, it was kind of cool, and yeah, it's just so different, obviously, than well, definitely different than a four-story Starbucks, and I
Yeah.
feel even different than kind of the modern ones. So, and of course, I mean, there Starbucks is everywhere because now they're like, oh, we can be in grocery stores, we can be in Target.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
Oh yeah,
think,
I forgot the expansion that they're doing in grocery stores. Yeah, it's
yeah,
literally everywhere.
oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
bad.
and that's probably smart too because I bet that's a lower risk. Oh, and colleges, you
Yeah.
know, where we both went
Yeah.
had Starbucks.
It's
So,
everywhere.
yeah, I think maybe, and again, I think there's a lot to like. I think there's a lot the teens like, even though it's teens probably don't drink as much coffee, or maybe they're drinking too much coffee. But
Yeah.
I think the sheer just omnipresence of it is probably
Yeah.
put it on this list as well.
I will say though that they, from a person that does go to Starbucks a little bit, they are struggling. They're always out of stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you go there and try to get like a um like maybe
You're.
like a breakfast sandwich, they're always out of like the ham sandwiches and stuff. And I'm not gonna
Oh yeah.
rant. rant like a little girl, but I mean, it's they're always out of stuff.
Yeah, they don't have your triple whip decaf, caramel on one side, white milk
Yeah.
on the other side, swirl it with one spoon, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, maybe they're smart because they know. I don't know. It feels a little like how airplanes do it, where they sell too much, but they'd
Yeah.
rather like sell out than have leftovers.
Right.
So they're Starbucks. They know we're coming back. All right. Speaking of a company that keeps people coming back because every time you drive by, the line, drive-through line, just out the door. And John, you also name dropped this one, so
Yep.
very intuitive. And this is the favorite of teens in America, with 15% listing it as their favorite choice, and that is Chick-Fil-A.
Yeah, first thing I'm gonna say, I think it's the favorite out of every generation right now in America, as far as quick fast food. I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna blame this one on the teens. This is all ages, all colors, all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Chick-fil-A. Vegans, everybody. Like there's people that are vegan that go to Chick-fil-A. Like it's bad. They're dominating. They're dominating. I don't know
What
how, but it's
what is it about? Because you eat at Chick-fil-A. I mean,
yeah.
honestly, I've not eaten at Chick-fil-A in like a decade. So
Yeah.
what is it that you especially like about them, or that keeps
Um
people coming back?
your food is, 80% of the time hot. So like for fast food, that's big. You know.
that that is a surprisingly good ratio.
Um there's some I think what like a lot of people wonder why it's like Chick-fil-A is like very successful. And yeah, their food is good. Let's just start off with that. But there's not many times you get stuff wrong. Like you go to McDonald's and you're like, hey, can I get a burger with no pickles? And then you get like 18 pickles on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like you're like, can I get like a large fry and you get like a burrito or something, McDonald's workers, and then they get pissed at you for saying it's wrong and blah blah blah. Chick-fil-A, it's like they're I don't know. I don't know if they're treating the teens bad in there to like make
Yeah.
them so efficient, but their lines, like everything is just so organized. I think it's just like the filling, like after school, during lunch, you don't really want to be bothered with people messing up your meals. You don't really
What?
want to get food that's old that tastes bad. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You put those two things together, it's like a pretty much a guaranteed happiness at like lunch break or after school or something. I think that's what it is for me.
They're
It's
the ones that say my pleasure too, right? Like with
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Yeah, I was with a committee at one of my old jobs, and we were studying basically how to improve our customer service. And there was a book that was kind of all about the Chick-fil-A way. That's not the title; it'd be a good one. But and we were studying them specifically because, yeah, even if you didn't like the food, you just always have such a positive, memorable experience,
yeah.
with their business. And you're right, a lot of it is things that other places take for granted, like the correct order. But
The main
but
thing.
yeah, but it's even little touches. So yeah,
And
yeah,
the line somehow is like what's funny is because like where I go to work or where I go to Chick-fil-A, like for lunch break, when I do go to Chick-fil-A, there's a McDonald's like right on the other side of the street. McDonald's will have 4 cars in their parking lot. Chick-fil-A might have 20, 30, 40. I mean, it's crazy. And for
yeah.
those same 4 cars in McDonald's, I can get through a 30-person line the same speed as 4 people in McDonald's.
Oh
And
yeah,
I would bet you money that their food's either not as fresh or wrong.
yeah,
So that I think that speaks volume.
yeah. No, all right. Well, that is the top list of restaurants and fast food places that teenagers love in America. But before we go, John, I have to ask you,
Yeah,
since specifically Gen Z, again, you're still representing us on that front and
yeah.
will forever.
Hmm.
What is one restaurant or fast food, and I guess it's got to be a chain, so it would get enough votes, that is being slept on, so to speak? Like, which one should have made the list that didn't make the list? Is another way to put that.
Hmm. Hmm. Jack's.
Oh yeah, what is it
Hmm.
about Jack's?
They've kind of got similar tactics that Chick-Fil-A has. They're efficient, they're fast, they've got really good food. It's hot. Yeah, I think it's slept on a little bit.
Yeah,
Hmm.
well, and they're definitely growing a lot,
In
and
this area.
yeah, oh yeah, true. I don't know. Everywhere else they may already exist, but
I
they're
haven't seen a lot when I travel to Nashville, but that's not saying anything. There's probably 1,000 if you look them up. But in
yeah.
the routes that I usually go, I don't see a lot of Jacks in Nashville. So I'm wondering if they're more popular here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot, but the first Jack's I ever went to was in Nashville.
Yeah,
But it
nice.
also got, yeah, it also got flooded out though in what, 2010 by the
Yeah,
flood.
yeah.
So it's possible it still doesn't exist.
Was it a fast food restaurant or was it just a restaurant called Jack's?
No, no, yeah, it was Jack's. It was
It was
Jack's
Jack's.
fast food
Okay.
restaurant.
Well,
Yep.
Nashville has it.
So, well, I mean, again, it got washed away literally.
Oh,
So
really?
I don't know if it's if they rebuilt it, but
Hmm.
so, but yeah, we will see. But yeah, we'll keep you up to date on all the things the teens, tweens, and everybody else does. So,
Alrighty.
yep. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So, take care.